Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Arif bin Zainuddin. Today, I would like to explain the introduction of legal provision that relating to local government. So, the provision of the Act can be explained by a process that shows the government touched on social issues which include right, liabilities, obligation to become law. In the context of local government, the law that has been provided is the Local Government Act 1976, which only can be used in Peninsular Malaysia. Based on Malcolm Norris on 1989, who defined that local government in Peninsular Malaysia refers to the government that is in urban rural areas or a combination of both areas. Then the area is under the jurisdictions of the state government. Basically, local government was established in order to provide opportunities for the local people to get involved in the administration of their area. This can be explained by the local government can ensure that all decisions made are consistent, that is, meet the criteria or wish of the resident. In addition, the local government will provide municipal service in certain areas based on the designated area. For instance, the main service carried out by the local government are implementing state government directive on government project or government policies, implementing national council directive or for local government to develop local government and establishing local authorities fund under its control.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nordana binti Muhammad Kamal. So today I would like to share with you guys about the definition of local government based on Act 171 1976. So, local government is a political subdivision of a reality or state shaped by law and has substantial management over native affairs. In alternative words, regimes are often outlined as a public organization authorized to make a decision and administer a restricted area of public policy in a exceedingly tiny province that could be a subdivision of provincial or regime. Additionally, the regime could be a level of the presidency that's about to the individual and is so chargeable for serving the political and ministerial ones of the individual further because the community in an exceedingly specific space it are often a council, municipality, town, district or village. The operation of the local government system in Malaysia is very extremely abundant, supported by its organisation and structure. Those in particular are affected by the legislative foundation and the relationship that exists between the local authorities, the federal government and the state government. Local government has no sovereignty at all and is sovereign only if it is expressly provided for by any specific legislation derived from the higher government. The Local Government Act 1976, which is Malay Akta Kerajaan Tempatan 1976, is a Malaysian law adopted to amend and consolidate local government regulation and shall apply only to Peninsular Malaysia. Section 2 of the Act provides that local authority means any city council, municipal council or district council in relation to the federal territory. It means the combination of the city of Kuala Lumpur as being state under Section 3 of the Federal Capital Act 1960. Next, Local Government Ordinance 1961, which is Sarawak number 11 of 1996, is the local government in Sarawak. Local authority means a town administration named Part 1 of the first schedule. B. A municipal council name in Part 2 of the first schedule. C. A district council name in Part 3 of the first schedule, which is Bintulu Development Authority, BDA, has also included in the above mentioned subsection B. Lastly, Local Authority Ordinance 1996, Chapter 20, which is Local Government in Sabah. Authority means any district council, town board or municipal council established under the provision of Section 3. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nizatul Shazwani binti Zaharuddin. Today I will explain about my point, which is the main provision of the Act 171. Malaysia is divided into three levels of government, which is the federal government, the state government, and the local government. The federal government is our country's highest level of government, followed by the state government and the local government. The federal government has extensive power and duties because it is responsible for overseeing and formulating policies for the country. However, because of their vast power, they delegate some authority to local governments and the federal government's roles in the Enact Local Governments Act 171 in Parliament, which will provide and guide local governments on the authorities and tasks they can execute under this act. This is where the Local Government Act comes in. Local government can carry out their tasks smoothly, but they cannot carry out activities that are not within their scope. Firstly, Main Provision Local Government Act 171 Part 5. The local government has the authority to manage their own finance under this power. The term financial autonomy refers to the ability of local governments to obtain their own financial resources and spend them into accordance with the provision of the Act. If we look at the Local Government Acts 1976 Act 171, we can see that there are sections that specify the power that the Part 5 General Financial Provision. This section has 14 sections that outline the financial authorities granted by the Local Government Act of 1976. It was specified in section 39 about the local authorities' revenue. The local governments must also create income and revenue in order to carry out its duties effectively. The local government can also boost revenue by taking a risk of utilizing all available resources based on the amount of services given to the public. It is critical for local government to understand how to generate revenue from the services that they provide to the public. Next is the Main Provision Local Government Act 171 Part 13 by law. According to the Local Government Act of 1976, local governments have the authority to carry out and conduct any of the provisions of the Federal Constitution. The term functional autonomy refer to the functions and power of local government. If we check at the FC, it has a concurrent list which state about the power of local government. This is significant because we did not want the local government to get into a disagreement or confrontation with the other parties. If we look at the Local Government Act 1976 Act 171, we can see that some of the part have outlined the function of the local government. So we will discuss some of them because local government have numerous functions. Some of function that the local government can do include service function, regulatory function, representation function, community planning, coordination function, and participating function. For the service function, it describes the services that the local government can deliver to the people in the location. This is seen in section 101 of Local Act 176. This is significant because the environment of the location will be cared for by the local government, and if the local government fail to do its job, it will result in horrible environment and people living in an uncomfortable situation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurin Ishra binti Mak Najib. So today I would like to present about the problem relating to Local Government Act 171, which is the council lacks enforcement staff to enforce legislation. As we all know, delivering government service focusing on honesty is a core pillar of public administration. Government entities are making efforts to offer public services free of corruption. A government index performance has been negatively impacted by corruption elements in government service administration at the national or worldwide level. Corruption must be handled swiftly to avoid stumbling blocks in a country's growth path as a worldwide issues. According to Herbert's 2014, it is essential to maintain civil services credibility in a democratic system of government. Researchers have indicated that their experience affects their belief that the government interacts with civil employees. The experience aligns with the customer expectation of the service received. Therefore, providing the most exemplary possible service to the community is expected of public servants in Malaysia. It is imperative to aim for a more developed country at this point. Ahmad Sarji bin Abdul Hamid, 1996, argued that the traditional administrative patterns need to be modified to a more proactive and sensitive government of the current social development through more convergence toward various restrictions and enforced by law. As part of its effort to keep nation administrative structure up to date and efficient, the government has taken the approach of focusing on law enforcement in parts of the country and the public service. The next problem is in terms of weaknesses of local authority in managing taxes. The pervasive issues of decrease tax revenue for local government around the country continues to be a significant source of concerns. According to a survey, local government perform poorly in terms of revenue collection and tax errors. The local government is confronted with various obstacles and difficulties when it comes to collecting assessment rate areas. These issues have recurred over the years. According to Abdul Ghani, 2014, evaluation rates arising in local governments are caused by internal problems such as burdensome and delayed evaluation, methods that require modification or reform, a lack of staff to manage the rates collection process, and tenants who are unconcerned about evaluation rates when they receive their bills, forcing the property owner to bear the late payment penalty imposed by the local government. Local government has crucial obligation in carrying out their function and activities, especially in assessing rates management to ensure the welfare and amenity in inhabitants are well taken care of. If the local government is inadequate and incompetent in managing the administration of the assessment rate, it would undoubtedly affect the quantity of rates collection, affecting the fund for funding development projects and services supplied in the respected areas. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Rafida binti Bukhari and I would like to present about my part, which is the solution to solve the problem. The first problem or issues that are encountered in legal provision that relating to local government is lack law knowledge among Malaysians. If people fail to understand meaning of law wisely, so they will difficult in understand aims and concept of law in daily life. Therefore, these problems can be solved by the administrator of the local government by provide awareness programs to the community. The local authorities can do several programs that are exposed to the law once a year. This is because from the programs about law, the community will excited and interested to know more knowledge about the law, that because the programs can attract people to participate on it. Besides, there are a few activities that the provider of event can do. From these programs, the community will able to gain much knowledge about law and understand the concept of law in life and reality. Next, we will move to the second problems. Next, I will explain about the second problem that I encountered, which is problem of weaknesses of local governments in managing their territories. The best solution that the local government can apply to solve the problem of weaknesses of local governments in managing their territories is appoint qualified individuals to lead the local government. Appointing qualified individuals to lead the management and administration of the local government is very important to ensure the smooth development and the goals can be achieved. The president, administrator, or other community leader, depending on the type of government system, is the key leader who controls all agencies within the local government. The municipal clerk is the administrator's right-hand person. Usually, among the criteria required in the selection of the head of local government is the head must fulfill all the conditions that have been set, including in terms of education, level up to experience and skills in the field of work. A point of qualified individuals to lead the local government is very crucial and important to strengthen and smooth the local government. Thank you. We will move to the next point.
In a conclusion, the provision of the Local Government Act 171 should strive to increase the effectiveness and efficiency of local government in carrying out its function in Malaysia. This is because the provisions of the law that has been enacted in order to ensure that the authorities in the local government can carry out their responsibilities in matters of administration, planning and control of development in the certain areas. It's because the local government was established due to the awareness that government activities are increasing today, which cause difficulties in the process of administering or planning the activities that were originally managed by the central government. Then, in order to ensure that the administration can be carried out more systematically, the administration is placed more widely at the lower levels. Therefore, the establishment of local government is a solution to ensure that the government administration that has been expanded can be implemented effectively, where the local government will represent the will of local people in administering all matters relating to local people. In addition, the provision of this Act are very helpful to them in carrying out the responsibilities that have given, such as solving various problems that happen in the certain areas with effective solution. Thank you.